right, guys. Can we just continue?
You're on a path
Yes!
in the woods.
Okay.
And at the end of that,
What have we picked and what have we not? We've done a lot of not killing. I kind of want to exhaust those options. Have you considered maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked
while I
up?
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
So, okay. Sorry, some of this is coming back to me because it's been a couple days, right? So we know the narrator isn't lying, because that's definitely what I was afraid of at first. Is like either the narrator is just straight up lying to me, wants me to kill this girl for their own reasons. And I'm kind of in my brain, I don't know why, I'm picturing him as like a wizardy, lichy type of character where the narrator's like being projected onto like my consciousness as like a voice in my head, along with the other voices in my head that are actually me. So either this person wants the princess... They want the princess dead because the world is going to end. I want a way to have both!
A warning, before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will...
Okay, we've already done this. Proceed to the cabin. I forgot with tab I can fast forward, if I've done it already.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and
Okay, so in the first chapter, the hero and the princess, we have no other voice in our head, it's just us, and this looks like a regular cabin again. I'm gonna take the blade and then not do anything.
You take the blade from the...
Yeah. Because last time we killed her, let's just not. Let's just not. See what happens.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Okay, yeah, so... Hi! Just checking in on you. I'll say hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay, but see, at this point, does she know I have the knife yet? Maybe she's smarter than she seems because her voice is different. It's so obviously different when I have the knife versus when I don't. Like, so much.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
This vessel is a creature of perception. Oh, cats, what does that mean? Yes, her voice is lower, though. Her voice is lower. It's way more femme fatale when I grab the knife, and when I don't grab the knife, she's like, oh, a visitor. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see somebody again. And now she's like, oh, don't be shy. What are you doing here? And it makes me nervous. Okay, you here to kill me or something? I'm not gonna do it. I've grabbed the knife, but it's not to kill her at all. Also, you haven't spent much thought on why we're a bird person. I just figured that was fantasy. Cool lore. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. What in a way? Well, I know why she would think that, because we got a fucking knife.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
I'm not gonna do
blame
it.
Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Yeah, I'll drop it.
Don't you dare.
I'm dropping
It's
it.
fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
We're gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Why you sound like that?
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Now the narrator sounds posty.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Oh, isn't it? Relationship. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay, that's fair. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world, yes.
Don't just tell her that.
He doesn't want us to tell her that. She looks done? Yeah. Indeed, she looks... Well, I mean, yeah, if she's been chained to a wall, I'd be over it too.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
See, this is interesting because also if this is our first time playing this, I would think she's lying to me right now, right? Like, I don't want to hurt anyone.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Maybe because she's a vessel, maybe she has less of a personality than I thought, you know what I mean? Like, she really is just like a reflection of what we do.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me, yeah. What are you gonna do? Okay. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. I don't trust the narrator. Like, I feel like the princess, because she is so impressionable from our decisions, it's like she's a reflection of the world around her, right? And that's part of the primordial arms. The narrator is way more consistent. And because of that, makes me think the narrator has a bigger narrative role. That's what I think. Okay, no, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am to entrust them. Yeah, let's do it.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
Tell me then.
Hopefully sooner.
Tell me then.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Oh, yes. I want to team up with her. Yes. All right, let's just do it.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Well, I kind of brought the knife down here thinking I could pick the lock.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
That's what I was thinking. Is no one gonna suggest picking this?
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't any key, do you have any ideas? I'm gonna check upstairs. I think we've done this before. Let's try this.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
Guys, we can pick the locks!
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Okay.
Is someone else here?
Let's try the
You
door.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
See, that makes me think the narrator did that, right?
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Pick them. I know, that's what I want to do. We'll return to the bottom.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I don't like this guy.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
She's asking for that?
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Every time the slay option comes up, I want to do it just out of chaos, but no, we're gonna save her.
Against your better
Oh
judgment,
my god.
you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. Didn't so much as utter a sound.
Okay, she's fearless, I guess.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your arm. How is she so
sorry.
composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Do you think she'd be willing to lend us a hand? I can't.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay, let's approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
She's quite handy with that knife. Stop.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, stop
Wait,
it!
This isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Okay,
Watch
so we've done
me.
this, and then we've done the warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Okay.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
It's like the princess and the narrator are like eternal enemies or rivals or something, you know?
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
But then what does that make me? Just like some kind of pawn in their games? Let's resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
I am. So
I'll
much.
make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she
Weird,
slits
okay.
your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains
That's
unchanged
weird.
as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
At least it was less sloppy this time. That's true, because last time she was like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The prisoner? Did we get this one before?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
Because, yeah,
path
we would have gotten
is a
smitten
cabin.
after that one. The previous
And in
one.
the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Last time it was, oh, the damsel. That was right. And then that was when we had the voice of the smitten. So what will we get now?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We're going to keep not killing her. I kind of want to go through all the not kill options. Because if you kill her, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming if you kill her in the first chapter, do you always get the ghost after? Because, like, she'd be dead. So, like, a ghost would make sense. I'm wrong? Ooh, that makes me happy. Okay. Ooh, okay, not always. Ooh. Okay, okay. You're in for it now.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Oh, this is cool.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Interesting.
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large?
No,
I
that's
told you about
fine.
the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
She's fine. The world obviously keeps coming back. Everything's fine. We don't need to worry. It's fine. Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth. And all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Yeah, let's ask this.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Well, it is, but sure.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
Oh, this is weird. Is he gaslighting us? It's funny that I got the voice of the skeptic because I do not trust the narrator whatsoever right now.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
A professional what?
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Okay, I did kind of imply that just a second ago, didn't I? I think they do have consequences, but it seems like this follows that whole, like, realm of physics where it's like there's an infinite number of universes with different, outcomes.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Also, it could be that.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I mean, maybe it could be that. Maybe it's like that the arms are trying to get information and just keep rewinding time until they get enough information.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
Okay, but we know that's a lie because every time she does leave the cabin, we know the world ends.
You're talking in circles.
We've seen it.
No, I'm talking in facts.
No, I'm talking in facts. What if we just turn around and leave? No. I want to see this one through. Let's go.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Okay.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Okay. Do we kill her again? I think I'm gonna see how many times I can take her out.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. I love when the voices get all smarmy with each other. I know, it's so funny. Okay, and this time we've skipped the middle cabin. There's like a cabin where it's like half cabin, half like kind of turning into a bit more of a castle fort situation. This is different. Went straight to this. Okay, we know about the mirror. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely.
Yeah?
Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I think no one knows what's going on.
So focus up.
That's what I
Don't
think.
get distracted by minor details.
What mirror? I know! Every time we walk up to it now. I have checked that every other time. Take the blade and ditch it again.
You take the blade from the
God.
table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yep.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Don't worry, guys. We're not gonna do anything. We're gonna enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
Yeah, does she? She's kind of talking like it. Or is it because we have the knife?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Aww.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Not our girlfriend. No!
So much for cutting her out of here.
That's true. We'd have to lop off her head. Guys, we can pick the goddamn locks. We have the ability.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
It's about locks.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Uh-oh.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
The chain?
It was.
No, it wasn't. Oh, I guess the chains were actually. I'm kind of remembering that. Unless I'm gaslighting myself. Oh, God.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not going to, lady. You don't know this, but we're dating. That was never the plan. Wait, what? I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. I don't see how... Wait, do you see how locked up she is? I'm just gonna leave her here? I'm gonna sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I'm gonna give her the weapon. That's what I want. I want her to feel empowered. Sit where you were told to sit. Yep.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Yep, we're respecting it.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I'm setting you free, baby. Setting you free! My intentions, what do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall, who's that for? What is this? I think I'm just gonna leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye! Or Slayer. I'm gonna say what happened after I died last time.
Oh, are we talking about that?
Yes.
I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Huh.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
See, now I'm just thinking we're throwing situations at the primordial arms to teach them about, like, humanity, right? Like the human experience, emotion, fear, love, triumph, whatever. And it's like every new scenario, it gets more information about that. That makes less sense. I don't know. Ah!
I
Ah!
guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Wait, is the narrator implying that they know that we're getting a second shot? Because they were just saying that we didn't.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Lay out all those hypotheticals. We didn't have to talk in circles.
Yes. Oh my god, it's the narrator. He's fucking gaslighting us, dude. It's the narrator.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here,
I don't trust
even
him.
if that wasn't the truth.
I fucking knew it.
I hoped if I pushed back hard enough, I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
I fucking knew it.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
I trust the princess. Is that naive of me? Am I just trusting her because she's our hot girlfriend? Oh no. I don't trust the narrator though. Now that's confirmed. That's confirmed, baby. Who's more trustworthy than hot girlfriend? Exactly.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
So the narrator can't remember things, but knows that there are now other instances of reality. But we don't know to what extent the narrator knows reality can change. We don't know that for sure yet.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
I like that voice of the skeptic. Kind of sounds like an early 2000s movie trailer voice. One world, one fate.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
No.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
No.
I won't.
Voice of hard-boiled noir detective, it really is.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I do want to know the other chain on the wall, who is that for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Okay.
Maybe it'll fit.
For you? Anything.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself
I'm
in
gonna
chains.
do it!
We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Ooh, ambulatory, big word. I want to do it. Yes, I want to inspect the shackles. Is she gonna sneak me in? I want to, but I also need her to know that we're not gonna do anything. You were asking me about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Oh.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Maybe she could. They say something. Isn't it like the brain like still survives like a couple minutes after a decapitation? Isn't there like something on that where like the brain is still operating?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Yeah, put her in the Futurama jar. That's what we gotta do.
Unless she really could survive.
Like Nixon in his little jar.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
Oh, I don't care if she kills me. That's fine.
That's ominous.
No.
But she
We give it
seems
to her.
confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
give it to her.
She's just putting on an act to disarm you.
No.
That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. What should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. if you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
No, those aren't real cons, though.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Yeah, I've had everything the skeptic has said are things I've said exactly. Also, gang, hear me out. Voice the skeptic. Also, not only movie trailer voice, hard-boiled noir detective, a little bit Solid Snake. A little bit of Solid Snake. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. No, I'm gonna do it. I trust you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not.
We're doing
I'm
it.
not letting you hand your own
Alyssa
weapon
Skeptic.
over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
Yeah, Hero is kind of dumb. He's very impressionable. Whoever is there, he very easy is like, yeah, what this guy said.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
No. We'll come back.
Oh, already tried to take over your body. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little? I think you got your point across. Fine.
Yeah, we're doing it. I've made my
Slide
decision.
the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Well, yeah, she's chained up. What do you think she's gonna act like?
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.